And we are back, and I am frustrated. So this is going to be a great episode. Episode 4. We are here. People have heard 3 episodes of this podcast, and somehow, some way, maybe this is the last one. Actually, after all the audio issues we just had, this probably is the last one because I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, if we want to ensure this is the last one, give me free reign to just talk about anything I want.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
I think Paul and I were talking about the other day, the only editing we've had to do is yours.
Yeah.
We haven't had to do any other editing.
Everything that has been edited out has been everything John has said.
Which is great.
And it's not like the jokes are probably poor taste, but they're very witty though. So
listen,
I have to have.
They're all funny. They're all funny. It's just I've never known you to make a joke that wasn't in poor taste. Honestly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's like your humor. Like I told somebody the other day. I go, do you remember the episode of Chappelle Show when Charlie Murphy's talking about Rick James? You're a habitual line stepper.
And I said you're a line diver.
Yeah.
Like you just not even step, you just jump over the line.
And I told people too. I was like, you know what I can do? I was like, what happens is I was like, you
get me fired up. You get me fired up.
Listen, I bring you.
You're the gasoline to my incinerator.
I bring people right up to that line, right? I get them right up to the line. And then some people will like put their toe on the line and just kind of step over it. Like if I make a joke and then they'll just take it too far. You grab a pole vault and you just run and you just pole vault over whatever the line is. And that's usually what it is. So all of our edits so far have been because of you. Paul and I haven't said anything.
Negative.
We'll give it time. I think this episode, you guys might come out of your shell.
Okay. So, but also can we talk about your face? Like what?
Oh yeah,
I know I talked about last episode.
This is my suntan.
Oh, you're talking about I'm a little red underneath the eyes.
This.
I love it. We talked about the last episode how you're like a chameleon, and then you just like completely changed on this episode.
Yeah, last night I was live and someone's like, why'd you shave? I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready for Smith Myers. Like, well, that tour's not till May. And I simply go, it's my face. It's my hair.
It doesn't matter. Oh, dude, if you want to get questioned about anything you choose to do with your hair or facial hair, just be in Shinedown. Because I still hear grown women talk about Brent's hair. Like
there's a poll right now on the Shinedown Facebook. Should Brent grow his hair back?
It's like,
should Barry shave his head? Should Zach do?
Should I grow more hair in the back?
Right. Should Aaron grow a second head? Like it's just like, come on, guys.
Listen, man. I've never understood the care of so much of what a grown ass man chooses to do with his hair, which is pretty insane. But speaking of, to get us started today, and listen, we are not a political podcast. We try to avoid this at all costs, and so we'll keep it light. And I don't really think this is political. But speaking of your creepy mustache, there was an article in the New York Times, an op-ed piece, if you will, about how Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon character, the fake cartoon character that someone created and drew and did the voice for and wrote, it wasn't a real skunk. Just in case you were wondering if it was a real skunk, it wasn't. That he kind of exacerbated rape culture, which, by the way, no shit. We've always kind of known that Pepe was a very creepy person. So my question is, I guess, why? Listen, Pepe Le Pew hasn't been on it's been at least 30 years since Pepe Le Pew was ever on television. Maybe longer than
a new episode or anything. Yeah.
No, there's no new episode. So it's like, why go back and like, and so the person who wrote the article, I tweeted them, which I regret, but they didn't tweet me back. But I said, listen, I go, you're talking about a person that hasn't been on TV for 30 years. I go, as adults, yeah, we know he's creepy as hell. Like, but as kids, you didn't know that. And if you were a kid and you were watching Pepe Le Pew, if I'm 6 years old watching Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s, Pepe Le Pew comes on and he tries to like kiss this girl, I'm not going, oh my God, he's trying to bang her. If I'm 6 years old and I'm thinking about sex, my parents are shitty people. First off, you know what I'm saying? You're just a shit parent and it's your fault. So here's the thing. I'm going to get us started on this. And then we don't have to talk about this for a very long time, but it bothers me. first off, I hate cancel culture, but on the flip side of the coin, I hate this thing of like other people standing up for like saying, oh, blah, blah, they got canceled, but sometimes it's not getting canceled. Sometimes people do bad things and they get what's coming to them. That's happened recently in the music industry with a couple artists. You know what I mean? There's a difference between canceling somebody, like the Pepe Le Pew thing that's cancel culture. That's going, get rid of this thing that hasn't even been on the air in 35 years.
Who cares?
How does what Pepe Le Pew did 35 years ago affect your life now is my question. Like, I can't imagine the miserableness of just sitting there going, I'm so bored in my apartment, but I got this opinion piece is due for the New York Times. Who am I going to? Pepe Le Pew. Like what? Like why? And here's the thing: the fact that he writes for the New York Times to me is the most hilarious part, because the mayor of New York, the governor of New York, and Pepe Le Pew have a lot in common. They have a lot in common. These motherfuckers don't know what no means. Do you know what I mean?
And they also killed 1,000 people with COVID.
So the irony of it's the New York Times and it's writing about a cartoon character that hasn't existed since I was like 3 years old.
Correct.
What's fascinating, like Pepe was a skunk, right? Or was he like a badger?
He was a skunk. Right? But here's the other thing. And the guy was like, look at this video, blah, blah, blah. She's trying to get away from him. I'm like, well, maybe she was attracted to him. Maybe he just smells like shit because he's a skunk.
Right.
My wife doesn't want to be around me when I get done working out either.
With a skunk.
Yeah.
Right. Did you ever read the Redwall books growing up in the 90s?
Yes.
Good God, man. Those little badgers and honey things just running around with swords and like little truffle shirts.
That's but that's the thing. So anyway, listen, you know, Eric, we went on the Seemingly Unknown podcast Paul did on the Instagram, and we were talking to Eric, and like, we got to have Eric on here. He's probably going to be one of the first guests, but you know, the positivity thought of like what he's doing over on his whole podcast network. And it's like, I want to be that too. But at the same time, like, I'm bothered by so many things.
So we're all the three of us are we get up frustrated with every little thing.
Listen, it's the
yeah,
the
but
slogan,
we're positive with it though.
But we're not negative. We're not talking negative. Like, it bothers me that people are, it bothers me that other people are bothered by it. It bothers me that why bring up
the Christmas Carol every year? Baby, it's cold outside. Didn't they try canceling that the last 4 years?
First off, here's the thing. To me, that's not cancel culture. I've been talking about how that song is clearly about date rape for like the last 12 years on Twitter. Every time that song comes on, I'm like, yo, she's trying to leave and you're not letting her leave.
Yeah.
That's a creepy song, dude. Listen, but it was also done in the 40s. It's like, no, granted, I'm not saying that it was okay in the 40s, but you know what I'm saying?
But you do have to take stuff when it happens in the era it happens.
There's a great
they didn't know any better. They didn't know another way of thinking.
There's a great in Jim Jeffries' last special, he goes, listen, going back and canceling somebody for what they said is the dumbest shit ever. He goes, because maybe when I said it, the line was here. He's like, it's not my fault that you moved the fucking line.
Correct.
Right.
And you changed it. And that's correct. Like, to me, like a cartoon character that was written by another person wasn't a real person. It's like, you're trying to cancel a fake. Think about the just the asinineness of trying to, I don't know if that's a word. It probably isn't. Trying to cancel a fake character that someone drew, like, insane to me. Also, by the way, in the last episode, I'm going to rewatch it and can we get a like counter? How many times I say like? I have a note right here on my thing that says, do not say like.
Like how many times you say like?
Like how many times I say like.
It's like a lot.
In the last episode, I sounded like Alicia Silverstone in Clueless, the movie. Like every word.
What are you talking about? I didn't even notice. I really honestly didn't notice it.
I did it. It bothered me. I couldn't, you know what? I didn't even listen to the entire third episode. That's the truth. So
I not have to change subjects, but
but you're good at it.
No. Last night,
people are going to think this is planned that he does this after the first episode we're talking about, and he just goes.
But last night, me and Paul were talking off the record about his run-in with the Rough Riders crew at a hotel one night.
Yes,
and the story is amazing.
Real life.
Please
real
tell
life.
me. Please tell me.
Oh,
the
could you
story.
please tell a story?
So I was getting ready to start a tour, or I was in the middle of a tour,
With Danzig?
and I don't know. It might have been.
It's like a DMX.
I was in New York, and the next show was in like Jersey somewhere. And my friend, we went and stayed at a hotel in Jersey somewhere. Stayed on one of the top floors, and it's like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's just loud as shit on our floor. So I like walk out, I'm in like gym shorts. I open my door, and to my avail, the entire floor is all Rough Riders.
Are they like
they all had,
like riding
no,
crotch
they all had
rockets down the
doors
hallway?
open. I wish they were, but they all had their doors open. Music was blaring out of every room, like people running around everywhere. And I'm like, I walk out, and one of the guys, I want to say his name was DeAndre, and he's like, "Oh shit, man, I thought we had this whole floor." I was like, "No, you're all good." And he's like, "You trying to hang out?" And I'm like,
I love that assumption too.
I'm
I
like,
just assume you had the whole floor.
That's
I'm like, I mean,
I
yeah.
think that every time I'm on a floor, actually, of any hotel.
I mean, I'm like, so
you?
it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm trying to hang out. So I like went to go hang out, listen to music, shoot the shit. And I was like, all right, I should probably go to bed, like eventually.
Paul's sitting there in the hallway going, "Hey, is DMX going to show up at any time?"
Yeah.
What about Eve? Is Eve coming?
Wish. I
Yeah.
wish.
They were in the
It was
lobby
hot back
watching
in the day,
Belly,
man.
and they were watching Belly, and Romeo almost died in the lobby.
Yeah. So our monitor engineer who has worked for us for 12 years at this point told me a story one time. He was working for Nelly for a long time. And one time, I guess Nelly was going to like crowd surf or something. So he goes over to Cappy. He like takes all of his like chains and stuff off. They're like $1 million worth of jewelry.
Oh, of course.
Puts it in a Cardinals hat. Just hands it to Cappy. And Cappy's like, he gets on the radio. Is like, someone from security come to Monitor World right now. And they're
Right
like,
now.
They're like,
Stat.
yeah, we're on our way. He goes, no, right now. He's like, you get over. He's like, I don't want to be holding this Cardinals hat full of like diamonds. He's like, I'm not trying to have anything to do with this, dude. I would have loved to hang out. So like, they're like, as I did it, I said like twice. There you go.
Like a lot.
A lot. So to me, only there's maybe 10 songs, right, that will make me feel like I can fight the entire world.
Let's hear 10 of them right now.
Two of them are DMX and Rough Riders songs.
You're not wrong.
I mean, like, you feel like you can do the whole deal. Like you take on the world if you listen to.
He's just a very positive, like, so yeah, I think some of the subject matters obviously to different people's tastes and stuff, but you actually listen to his lyrics.
Taste.
I think he's a very positive guy. Yeah, he has 56 kids, 17 wives, but I think he's a great
Is this
father.
the lyric, I done smacked the shit out of you twice, dog, and that's before I start cursing?
Give or take.
Yes. But he's really good at praying too, though.
Listen, DMX is one of those dudes. DMX and Ray Lewis, two people who may or may not have murdered people. Are
together.
People, if I could make them my alarm clock in the morning, like to get the most inspiring human beings. If you listen to them talk, like when they're in like a positive setting, like they're, doing whatever they're
angry.
You watch Ray Lewis, like give speeches to, football teams or whatever. Himself. Just get up. You're going to be great this morning. You're going to get up. You're going to say your prayers. You're going to eat your vitamins and you're going to get up and you're going to be the greatest you can be today. And I'd be like, hell yeah, Ray Lewis. Like, you allegedly may or may not have stabbed someone, but listen, man, I appreciate you getting me up.
If you could have DMX remix or re-record a cover of a Shinedown original, what song would you want him to do?
I originally
Simple Man.
I originally wanted to have a hip hop guy do either a verse on State of My Head or a verse on Attention. I think that would have been really cool. I also came up with the idea about having a hip hop guy do one on a verse of Bad at Love from Smith and Myers. I thought that would have been. I think that would have been cool to do. I'm
still can do it, man. We
still can. True. I'm a huge hip hop fan. So for me, there's ton. I've everyone, I think I freak people out when we are doing Q&As and stuff and go, you know, what's one artist you'd love to work with? And I'm like, Kanye West, because I think he's
a genius.
I think he's a genius. I think everybody has their problems, everybody has their issues, but when it comes to the art of what he does in anything, maybe not running for president, but in anything else, creativity wise, as far as, listen, the guy was the biggest rapper in the world, then became the biggest celebrity in the world. And he was like, oh, I'm going to be one of the biggest clothing designers in the world, and did it. Like, anybody who puts their mind to things like that, I have an immense amount of respect for. So that's one of those guys that, to me, like, I really respect and look up to. So I would love to have him like on a verse or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, now that you're on TikTok with Smith and Myers, that's a good way to do it, dude. It's a little duet action. You get Ja Rule on Fry Island and Smith and Myers. Dude, eating lettuce sandwiches and styrofoam beds.
We'd love to have Ja Rule on anything.
Good God.
That would be the best. So last week we talked about Cameo. I sent you guys a video.
Oh, yes.
I sent you guys a video today.
It's sad.
It is
awkward.
It is. But here's the thing. I asked this gentleman if I could talk about this. I emailed him last night and said, hey, can I chat about this on the podcast? I said, we've been talking about Cameo. Do you mind? And he said, no, I don't mind. And I thought that was really cool of him. Hi. This is Zach Myers from Shinedown. This is Oliver, not from Shinedown. And anyway, we're at home in Tennessee right now. Hope you're well. Hope you're safe. I feel like I'm underdressed for this. I'm getting nervous. Anyway, I hope you're well. Hope you're safe. Hope you're surviving the zombie apocalypse as best can be survived. And I hope you're not coughing on anyone or getting coughed on by anyone. Anyway, told me to send you this message, but I wanted to send it to you too, because I just don't do what tells me to do, because I don't know that well. So it's like, why would I just do what some random person tells me to do? No, I want to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he's probably somewhere around you right now while you're watching this. And I think what he wanted to do was, yes, sir? Hold on, wait on me. I think that he wanted to ask you if you would marry him. He may be getting down on one knee right now. If he's not, this is really embarrassing for me. So do your thing. I'll wait. Hopefully, if you said yes to this, because if not, this is the weirdest video I've ever made. Okay. Well, you guys probably have some consummating to do or fighting to do, whichever answer was answered. Anyway, either way, I hope you're both happy. Hope you both have a great life together, or whatever happens now. See you guys later. This is the only one of these I've ever done for this type of thing. I hope it went well. Anyway, so on that video, as you can tell, I was nervous to do it and even in the end, I put the caveat in there, like, hey, listen, this could go either way. I don't know. You guys maybe have some consummating to do.
It's awkward, man.
Maybe you got some fighting to do. So fast forward.
Even Ollie was kind of perturbed. Like, he was like, Ollie's like, where's my cut, dude?
Even Ollie was very, he didn't really understand what was going on, but yeah. So I get a message the next day, which I also sent to you guys, and JR doesn't have to post this. I'll just read it. So it says, well, Zach, the wedding proposal to blank from Cameo was a bust. I've loved and supported this woman that claimed to want a good Christian life, and come to find out she's talking to about a dozen other guys this entire time. She has claimed that she only talks to these guys because they need help, that they're depressed or they're just normal friends of hers. These random Facebook friend requests that she accepts and plays into them. Hey, beautiful, you seem so sweet. I'd really like to meet you, etc. When she talks about being in a relationship, she just says it's complicated and it is just what it is. So we'll see what it is and we'll see what happens. I guess the past does repeat itself. I've been used and cheated on by just about every woman I've actually felt serious about, which is really shitty, and I hate that. Listen, man, I've in my past life had bad taste in women as well. I found out my wife of 15 years was sleeping with someone she worked with 2 years ago on Christmas morning. Like, this dude is, like, to me, the picture of positivity, because, like, he keeps going. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good way to live, man. He keeps
when do you give up though?
When do you give up?
I would have gone scorched earth, thrash and burn everything in the city I lived in.
John would be in prison right now.
Oh,
with that mustache.
Yeah,
I'd be wearing skin suits.
So it's but this is what I mean. This guy is so positive about it. The next thing he writes me is, maybe I should make a country song or two. I like that's so good that he's this positive about the whole deal. I've definitely got some life experience. I appreciate the Cameo video. You did well, but I guess it's better to find these things out sooner than later. See, again with the positivity. He goes, she's actually drunk, passed out on my couch right now. What a crazy day.
The most awkward thing with the Shinedown meet and greets are those proposals you guys get told, or they 100%. Tell Matt, or hey, can we do this? It's like, dude, I don't want to witness I hate PC relationships fall apart. I mean, some obviously, but I'm just like, oh God, please say yes, or please say no, and just beat the shit out of each other.
There's actually Sanjay has, dude, that would be, how great would that be? Sanjay has videos of proposals happening at meet and greets, and usually it's me or Brent that'll be like, hey, I think so and so has something to ask you, and we'll go, we'll step to the side and let them have their moment, and then to break the awkwardness of the silence after, I'll go, I am really glad you said yes, because if you didn't, this meet and greet was going to end up being the most awkward meet and greet of all time. But I agree with John. Here's what I wonder. How many of those proposals, and we haven't done a bunch on stage, maybe 4 or 5, mostly they're in meet and greets now because we don't want to do it on stage and kind of interrupt the flow of the show. I wonder how many of those though say yes because of the pressure.
A lot.
That's my problem with it, because I don't know if it's genuine. Is it just okay? So my thinking, and this is very cynical, and I'm just going to a dark place, but are they just so dark? Are they DMX? Are they just because they have the opportunity to go to do the meet and greet at the Shinedown show? Is it just because do they like Shinedown, or is it just an opportunity to do it for a band? Like, I'm always just kind of like,
I think I will say this about them. I think that they're all genuine fans. Listen, our meet and greet cost a lot of money. So if you're paying, and listen, I'll touch on this too, because people go, why is your meet and greet so much?
They also get a lot of attention, more so than parents give their kids.
There's 100%. There's bands that do meet and greets, and we've toured with some of them that it's like, you've seen it. It's a cattle call. There's 150 people. You come in, you shake the band's hand, maybe. You take a picture with their camera, the band's camera, and you move it along. Our meet and greet, we cap it at 40 people. It takes us 90 minutes, sometimes more, to do the meet and greet every single day. You get 5 minutes usually about that with each one of us, and you get to talk to us and tell us your story, and that's good. But it holds a lot of weight too. Me and Eric kind of carry that stuff a lot on our sleeves when we hear somebody's story about kind of what they're going through and what they're talking about. But back to what we were talking about. I'm really wondering what the ratio is of people who how many people say yes because, oh, there's a bunch of people here. I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to tell you that I'm banging your best friend.
Right. Who's also your sister.
Oh, who's also in line with us.
Right.
Who's also in line with us.
Who's also my +1.
I wonder how many though.
I don't know, man. That pressure is that thing can, oh God. Or what's the statistic of they say yes to the show, but halfway through second chance, they're like, fuck this, we're out of here.
All right. Here's my thing.
Why is second chance the one?
I don't know, maybe Unity.
That's the perfect song to do it on.
I feel like it's such a personal thing. Having a guitar player of a band, propose for you or lead up a proposal is kind of weird. That's weird to me.
I agree. I said it in the video.
I'm like, that's awkward. To do it in front of the band, like there's no band I like enough to be like, hey, I want to propose to my fiance in front of you, or girlfriend. But to each their own, I guess. I don't know.
So anyway, shout out to Blank, because that guy is a picture of positivity and going on and moving on with his life. Like, he took that like a champ. You know what I mean? Like, he took it.
Hopefully he's moving on. Hopefully he's not giving any.
He replied right away when I emailed him last night. So I thought that was pretty cool that he did that. And anyway, so if you ask me to do a cameo, can you please make sure it's not that? That would.
What
be
if
great.
It's funeral rites or like a will reading? Would you do it?
No, that's so weird.
Jesus, John. Are you going to set up a cameo, John?
No.
Oh my, please.
Can you imagine?
Please.
We
should do a seemingly unknown cameo where we all
done.
We all just do it.
Down. Nobody's going to pay for that, but okay.
We'll have to actually record the videos like separately and then edit them together and then upload.
It's going to be a 10-minute long video
That's
of
great.
all three of us just
People
trying to get it out.
that.
I think our
This is
kind
Diamond
of
Dallas Page, DDP.
our way of doing it though should be like making fun of the person requesting it. Like just go off on them.
See, I'll be honest. So we all have friends who are our mutual friends who are stand-up comics. I'm jealous of the stand-up comedy cameo dynamic that they have with their fans. Because most stand-up comics, when they get cameo requests, it's like, hey, roast the shit out of my friend Brad.
That's incredible. Yes,
so
absolutely.
When Porter does them, or Brad Williams, or I don't think Theo Vaughn has one, but like any other comedians that I know that do them, they're like, "What's up, Brad? You dickhead!" And then they just like go into this like whole thing, like, "Your friend Larry says you have a small dick." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like they get to do this whole deal, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. I can't, but I wish I could. Like, it's
what's that restaurant? Is it called Dick's where they make fun of you?
Yeah.
I've done that once, and they weren't. I was just like, dude, I felt bad because I was giving it back to them like more than they were expecting.
I believe
you're making them cry.
And it's just like, I'm just like, what's the gist of this? Can I be an asshole? And the woman was just like, no, man, like this is just a role I'm playing. I'm
role playing.
Me too.
You know what Dick's is like an Applebee's / strip club, because it's like stripper rules. Like, we can do it to you, but you can't do it to us. You know what I mean? Like we can touch you, you can't touch us.
It's
John
like,
just makes a teenager cry. Just
right. I've been Bugaboo Creek talking shit to waiters. He's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, sorry, wrong restaurant.
Yo, so like I talking about that, like for me, like I always like when we're going to like Dick's Sporting Goods, like I'll go, I won't say Dick's in front of my son. I'll go, I know this is random, but we'll be going like, oh yeah, I'll go, let's go to we call it the basketball store. I don't want my son going around, oh, we got this from Dick's.
My dad took me to Dick's.
My dad took me to Dick's. I'm like, next thing you know, I'm on a watch list.
100%.
Dude, brutal. Speaking of Dick's.
My dad took me to Dick's in the
let's hear this segue.
Speaking of Dick's. So the other day, about 2 weeks ago, I had like a bump, like on my hair. No, like a bump on my on my.
You might want to get that checked out.
No, I did. I'm the hypochondriac of all hypochondriacs. If anything happens to me, I get everything checked. I got an HIV test for no reason.
Because he was having a breathing problem.
I was nervous that I was like, oh, I got a tattoo a couple months ago. Maybe, maybe that's it. So
what kind of dicks are you going to get all these tests?
No. So anyway, it turned out it was folliculitis. I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it? Maybe folliculitis. So I shaved. So my question is, this is my question for everybody, not just
shaved
you,
what?
Not just
I don't know what you're talking about.
Clearly you know how to shave. You look like an old time boxer, like a bare knuckle. See? So here's my question. And Paul, I want to start with you here. Do you manscape?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, it turned out it was razor burn, and I like a follicle got infected. Is all it was. So, Do you manscape? How much do you manscape? And is there a thing as too much manscaping? Is my question.
Okay, so I have a nice beard. Okay, I can grow.
I thought that was going to go somewhere completely. I got a really nice dick, guys.
So you can imagine if you do not manscape, it's getting lost for sure if you're not manscaping. Yeah. You got to trim around the tree and then clean up
the roots.
What's the roots? Yes, there you go. You have to get the roots smooth, but clean up around the tree, trim down. Okay.
Do you let weeds grow around the tree or?
No, I pull weeds for sure.
So how much? Okay, so how much are you like? My question is, are you clean completely?
Michael, is he clean? I want to see him.
I mean, yeah. What are we talking
smooth.
about?
No, like baby smooth. Are you like baby smooth?
No, I'm trimmed. I'm like I don't know what's. This is like a.
You're like a one guard.
Maybe. Oh, I'm like a one guard.
Like a kiwi.
Yeah. Like I have clippers just to manscape, so I'm a one guard around the tree and then smooth on the root.
Okay. So
the company that manufactured this product, dude, amazing.
So here's my question.
Amazing.
Here's my question. Do you on the roots? We're talking about balls, people. On the roots, do you use an electric or do you use a regular razor?
No, I use a regular razor.
See, so do I.
I use my Rambo knife.
You just have to be very
You have to
gentle.
be very careful. And a bunch of my friends were together last night and we were talking about this. By the way, 9 of my maybe 12 friends are named Zach. So
It's weird.
another Zach. Dude, we had 6 people over at my house the other night, just hanging out, playing guitars. There were 2 names. Between
Zach?
6 people. Zach and Chris.
Dicks.
Zach and Chris. That was it. So anyway, he was like, how do you do that with a regular razor? I'm like, oh, it's easy. So I use
Carefully?
very carefully. Anyway, I got John, how do you, what's your
Do you?
landscaping? What do you? I don't think he does.
I don't think
I
he
think
does
he
either,
landscapes
honestly.
this. He keeps this like the grounds. He keeps it like the grounds of
Listen,
Buckingham Palace. And then down
the-
there, dude, it just is bushwhacked.
The mustache says 70s, so you can imagine what happened in the 70s looks like down there.
That's the thing is like we talk about mullets and we're like, oh yeah, business in the front, party in the back. John is Buckingham Palace up top, Fern Gully down below.
Yeah, it's like
The
Swamp
Jungle
Thing.
Book.
And, right. Creep show.
John, do you manscape?
Yes.
How much?
What do you do?
I dabble with a little bit of everything.
I'm sure you do, honestly. Look at him, he changes his facial hair all the time. So you can only imagine.
There's no more experimental manscaping human than John Guarnieri. I can promise you that. I bet you, dude. He's created like what are those the little like the puzzles?
It's
where
like
you try to
Edward
get out of a
Scissorhands.
maze?
Yeah,
He's got an arrow pointing down for sure.
It's like a skid Sudoku puzzle down there.
All right, time out.
Skin Sudoku puzzle.
Any listeners we did have,
They're
we just
gone.
lost all
They're
of them.
gone.
This is where we lose
100%.
every listener we have.
That's okay.
Would you guys consider like hot waxing down there?
No.
No.
I have really sensitive skin. Have you
Damn.
waxed before? Shut up. Be for real.
No, I'm just saying. No, what I'm leading into these people that'll like wax their buttholes
No.
or like just throw like a gallon of like Elmer's.
Do you shave butthole? Or do you trim down
my own?
Or do you trim down butthole?
On Tuesdays, I shave buttholes. No,
And this has been episode 4 of the Seemingly Known podcast, also known as the last episode.
what's that thing that Bubba Fett gets sucked at Sarlacc pit?
What? All right, where's the segue into the next subject here?
I'm still talking about this. I'm not done talking about this.
Wait. Paul asked me, "Do I shave my own butthole?"
You shave your butthole.
No.
I've shaved before.
Yeah.
This is how we got started. This is how we got started on the subject yesterday. My other friend, Zach, a different Zach that was appalled than how we use regular razors down there, said he had shaved his butt. And I was like, I've done it before. I make the mistake of doing it about once a year. And about 4 days later, every time you have the itchiest butt.
Yeah, you got swamp ass with.
It's
itchy
not even.
butt
No,
for
I'm talking.
sure.
I'm talking about even if you do just your cheeks, right? You don't even have to get in there to the crevices.
To the hole.
It's so itchy. It is so itchy. So I make the mistake once a year. I'm like, oh, it's probably fine, and I'll do it. And I'm like, ugh, and I'm just always
This is
my
the worst
hand is
idea.
always on my ass 100% of the time. Like,
I do want someone
in there.
I do want someone to shave my back though.
Here's my question. So, John, you're a hairy man. You're just a hairy in general. You're a hairy guy.
Yeah,
For me,
I
I'm not hairy. From my chin down, my torso region, 0 hair. None on my
I've seen
back.
it. It
None
looks
on my
amazing.
chest. Thank you. Thank you very much. But when you get to that belt line, buddy, speaking of the Jungle Book, I have the hairiest butt. I have the hairiest butt.
You're like Lon Chaney, like transformation.
Oh, dude, I look like Teen Wolf. When he's transforming into Teen Wolf, that's what I look like down there. So just my butt area. So I've tried to do it before. So the only thing I've ever thought about waxing was like actually the crevice of the crack at the Grand Canyon down there.
Interesting.
Why don't you think we have sponsors yet?
I surely don't know. I think Nair might be our first sponsor, though, the way we're going.
Nair Manscaping, which I use that razor, so it'd be great.
Get out of us, please.
What was the Gronkowski did a commercial for them?
He
for the
did. It's
Super Bowl,
pretty
didn't
good.
he?
That's actually a funny commercial too.
It was.
Anyway, you know what? Hit us up on the Instagram, and we want to know how you, men and women, we want to know how you take care of your roots, and if you have a tree, or if you don't have a tree, or if you used to have a tree and now don't, or if you didn't have a tree and now you have a tree. People plant trees every day, I guess. So you can. Anyway, that will kind of bring me into another thing I want to talk about. I feel like I have all the subjects today, which I don't want to do. I feel like I talk too much on this stupid thing anyway.
Like what?
So I haven't said like a lot today, actually.
I know you haven't. I actually never noticed it before.
It was bad. So went to a restaurant the other day with my family, and I was taking Ollie to the restroom. Can we talk about, can you just put what the fucking restroom is? I don't need a picture of a fish with a tie and then a picture of a fish with a dress.
There's a lot that make it complicated.
That's a real thing, by the way. That was the restroom I went in. There was a fish with a tie and a fish with a dress. I didn't know it was a tie. I was like, I stood there. No bullshit. I stood there for 30 seconds going, I don't know which fucking bathroom to go. Like,
well, this day and age, a fish could be comes out. Like, you don't know what that is.
Whatever you feel like that day, you can go in that bathroom. It's fine. No, but was it like the best one I saw was in LA at a burger place that John and I have gone to before, and I would go to frequently when we were in LA because we'd stay at this one hotel. There was a picture of a plug and then a picture of an outlet.
I still got lost. I still get lost thinking about it.
I would get lost. I'm like, wait, which one do you go in?
John's like, I got a prostate thing. I use toys. I don't know what's wrong with this.
Yeah, do I need to be plugged in for this? What's going on here, boys?
I don't understand like the weird like restroom thing. Like just put like dudes, chicks, or just put unisex. I don't care about unisex bathrooms. If they're single stall bathrooms, you like keep the seat.
You walk in there, it's just one big open area.
Keep the seat warm for me, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, nice. I don't care. Like, it's fine. But like, so when I was a kid, there used to be a buffet here called Barnhill's Buffet. Think of Golden Corral, but like even more redneck.
Oh, I love it.
And I was I had long hair as a kid. So, one of the most like things that freaked me out about having long hair was I was in the restroom one time. I'd finished going to the bathroom. I was washing my hands, and this old man comes in and he like opens the door and he looks at me and he like closes the door halfway and like looks at the sign and then looks at me again and then just finally like walks in. He's like making sure he had the right. I thought I was a chick, dude. 100%. 100% thought I was a chick.
I love that.
At a buffet. I got confused for a super hot teenage girl at a buffet one time.
Hey, what was this restaurant you went to that had the fish on it?
Soulfish Cafe. Are they our new sponsor?
No, I'm just curious.
God, I hope so.
Anyway, that's the thing though. Is like, at that age though, I did kind of look like. I guess I kind of did look like that. That was like, I was a young kid. Like the internet was in its infancy.
It's a phase.
It's 100%. That's what I'm saying. So like, and that's the thing is like. You couldn't like on now you can like get up and like, oh, I want my hair to look like this. You can like look on the internet, like, oh, I think there's places that now where you can like take a picture of yourself and it'll put a hairstyle on you.
Interesting.
I think that's a real thing. John, you have the perfect.
That's
face
why
for
John
that right
shaved
now.
his head. Yeah, I was gonna say that's why he shaved his head.
I'm into it. I'll wear a toupee. I don't give a shit.
Please.
Just a really bad comb over, like Gary Oldman in Fifth Element with like a plastic shield.
It makes me think of Seinfeld when George gets a toupee. Dude, and Elaine just hates it so much.
That's the best. Listen, man. Here's the thing about my hair. I have a lot of it, but it's all very thin. It's all hanging on by a thread, dude. There's not a lot happening in this area. You know what I mean? So it's like I gotta hold on to what I can. The thing though is like now with like. You imagine like the way like hair plugs were like back in the day if you did that? Like,
oh God.
Oh,
dude, just ridiculous. All they were doing, they were super gluing stems of grass to your head. Like, oh, Jesus. That's like 100% what it was.
Like going to hairdressers, just sweeping up the floor and just throwing it on there.
And then like, oh, it's like just putting a bunch of glue on there and just throwing it on and blow drying it and see what sticks and what doesn't.
like a third grade craft project in the kitchen.
All those dudes like swimming too. Like they swim in every single commercial for that thing. Remember remember the hair commercials when we were kids? It was like everyone was in a pool. Like what?
Right. Now, how dirty do you think that pool was that they're advertising their hair keeps flowing?
Oh, Jesus.
That drain must have looked like a Wookiee, dude.
How many other people's hair were just floating around in that pool?
And we're talking pubic hair, folks.
Pubic hair. That's the thing. I wonder if anyone has ever tried to take pubic hair and then never not. Okay, this is stupid. Why are we this has gone too far. You guys I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day about, you remember, John, were you too young for Napster?
Napster? No, yeah. I use that numerous times.
You still
remember
use
it well?
Yeah, I use that, the LimeWire.
So we're talking about the other day, like, remember the disappointment of like, because when I was a kid, our computer was in the kitchen. So like there was a kitchen area that was connected, open to a dining room, and you now as adults, we know why it was there. So you couldn't jerk off. Yeah, I still did. Not while we were eating dinner or anything, but like after my parents had gone to bed.
Breakfast for sure.
This custard is a little.
Oh my God! Why would you?
Well, you're in the kitchen.
Here we go, editing out again.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the custard joke. Listen, at least he didn't offend anybody. I mean, he probably did, but so
right. Pillsbury Doughboy.
So we're talking about Napster and all this stuff the other day, and talking about like somebody had sent me a meme, and I go, remember the disappointment of what I would do was you were trying to like be really secret about it. So I would go to school, and my mom would go to work at the same time. So what we do is, once my mom went to work, I would start downloading whatever. I'd find like a Jenna Jameson like Flashpoint scene from Flashpoint the movie. So you start downloading it, and then what I would do is I would unplug the monitor in case someone come home, then they couldn't figure out why the computer wasn't working. So then you put the Napster or the put the Napster or the LimeWire down low, right? And then you'd get home. It took 13 hours to download this one scene, because we were on AOL dial-up. So you get home, right? And you're like, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for some.
Well, first you're checking your away messages.
Yeah, you check your away messages. Whatever your emo AOL instant messenger, usually a Taking Back Sunday lyric or whatever.
I was Black Mist 44.
Chris Allen yesterday, I thought he was joking during their live stream. We were talking about AOL names. He goes, "Oh, mine was Penny Sniffer," and we all started laughing. And so after the live stream, Zach Smith goes, "Hey, what made you think of that screen name?" He goes, "That was my AOL screen name."
Oh my,
Penny Sniffer.
That's kind of dirty, actually. That's real filthy.
I love that. Anyway, so you take 13 hours to download this Jenna J scene. Shout out to Jenna Jameson. Not that I know her or anything, but you do that, and then you come home, you plug in the monitor because you were trying to keep it on the DL before anybody got home. You do it, you click it, and it's right. Finally, right? It was downloaded. You saw it. It's finished or whatever. I don't know, whatever it said. And you click it, and you hear the.
Yeah,
the music would kind of come in slow, and then as soon as it like a dong or at least like half of a titty. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. So the original, and then I mentioned that to somebody the other day. They go, "Hold on, that's where Rickrolling came from." I was like, "That is 100% where Rickrolling came from." People thought it was only like memes and YouTube videos. I'm like, no, dude. Rickrolling was around when kids like me were trying to watch Jenna Jameson just go to town. And as soon as it got to a scene, like if you got the possibility to see even half a titty, dude, Rick Astley's going to show up and sing "Never Gonna Give You Up."
I wouldn't mind seeing Rick Astley's titties. I'm going to keep watching that movie. You might play that skin flute.
Dude, can you imagine a 90s movie with Rick Astley and Jenna Jameson in it?
Jesus. With my face hurts
from laughing.
I'd watch that, bro.
Danny Trejo, Rick Astley, Jenna Jameson in Flashpoint.
Danny Trejo, Rick Astley, and Jenna Jameson.
You guys, I can't now.
You've heard of reverse cowgirl. Now it's reverse cholo. Reverse cholo.
Holy fuck.
Rick Astley. Is Rick Astley British? I don't know.
Sure.
I just pictured him with like a Union Jack flannel on with Paul top button done. Speaking of flannels, Paul what are we talking about?
I can't even
If reverse cholo was a sex move, what would it be?
Can we please get somebody to make a poster with Jenna Jameson, Rick Astley, and Danny Trejo?
My face hurts. I can't. Oh God. What a movie!
Jesus Christ!
You have to
That's winning every AVN award. Every AVN award is being won by that movie.
You actually might sneak a couple of Emmys.
Oh, wow.
All right. Oh, man. Anyway, speaking of flannel shirts, Paul is actually wearing an unreleased Shinedown flannel shirt, actually. Only a couple people have that.
I have one.
Not a lot of people have that one.
Do you?
You do have one.
Yeah, no, this one never got made. But there's another SD limited coming out soon, correct? I'm not going to give anything away, but if you're listening to this podcast.
Quiet, bro. It's coming. We're working on it. Anyway, so after Jenna Jameson, Danny Trejo, and Rick Astley and Flashpoint 2 coming straight to Laserdisc, I did something very wholesome this weekend. I, for the first time ever, became a soccer dad. I'm a soccer dad. You know, I was kind of upset that I had to get up really early, but it was probably like, you know, Paul knows this. His kid's older than mine, but you hit these landmark moments, right? The walking, the riding the bike, all these little things. And like the soccer dad is one of those plateaus, like where you get up in the morning, you know, they didn't go to bed till late the night before. And I was like tired. I only got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, got up and did it. And it was still like one of the best days of my life. Like to get up and like watch him. It's his first time. He's only 4 years old. He turns 5 in a couple weeks, but you go do it. And like, it was this thing where it's called Soccer Fest, and it's just the start of the whole season where like I said like again twice, where people come in and all the kids are playing. You get put with coaches. Everyone has a couple coaches that they would go to, and they would kind of put them in groups, and they would start playing. And it was really cool to see because they would teach them different things that they needed to learn, and then they're going to have a real coach that does it. They asked me to coach, and I was like, "No, man, I'm sadly not going to be home, and neither will my kid. He'll be in Wisconsin most of the time." But it was really cool because, and also like where he's playing soccer is a place in Tennessee called Germantown, which is kind of, you know, it's a little ritzy folks, you know. So for me to come out there looking like this, basically,
right?
I did have a brand new SD Limited 2 drop on. That someone asked me about. So I'm out there, and it's just cool to be a part of that. You know, I look different than everybody else, but it was a lot of fun to do it. He was very proud of himself. I was very proud of him. So it was cool. That was my first soccer dad experience. I'm officially a soccer dad, and you know,
I can't wait till another father picks a fight with you. I can't wait.
Please let that happen. It would be great. Anyway,
he's the drummer for Tantric. Like, God damn it.
That was my wholesome news. That was my wholesome news for the day.
I like that.
And Paul, do you have any, we were talking about weird cameos and DMs earlier. Do you have any creepy DMs to read? You didn't send them to us.
Oh, yeah. I didn't send them to you. I'm going to let you guys be surprised by this one.
Oh, no.
These ones. All right. So last time we had a lot of give and take from getting DMs, and females just giving the best answers back. These ones, guys sending DMs with 0 responses because they are so well written. They didn't get a reply.
These are the hello, hi baby, hello.
This is just one message. I'm gonna read the first one's a message. Second one, yeah. These are all like 3 messages, 0 replies.
Okay.
Beautiful. Can you be my sugar baby? I'm ready to help you, and you are gonna get $6,000 paid weekly. I'm not interested in any news. Just chat with me every day, and you're gonna get your paid for that. What?
He's telling the truth, though.
He said, "Get your paid for that."
He's definitely a Rough Rider.
Oh yeah, he's.
If you saw, I'll send you guys the picture. The guy is.
The guy's not from Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's
Conquer.
No, it says Memphis, Tennessee. That's cool. Exactly what it says. So crazy.
That's my uncle, actually.
Wait, is his name Chris or Zach?
All my friends are named Chris or Zach. So if it's one of us, just let me know. Give me blink twice if it's one of us.
Now, what if that guy was telling the truth though?
I will chat with that guy for $6,000.
$6,000? Yeah.
I will send him nudes right now.
And that's not even required.
No, he's just like, oh, dude, stop. That's the best creepy.
Though. Guys, they're just like, hey, I'll offer you money. Like, dude, what? Like,
whatever.
Does that work?
Yeah, dude. Dude, every girl I went to high school with has, for some reason, been on a boat at some point in her life that neither her or anyone she knows can afford. So 100% that's a real thing. There was a meme one time where it said, it was like, these are the guys who own the boat. And it was just like a bunch of like 60-year-old like Italian dudes and like Speedos.
Oh God.
Like, that's 100%. Dude, Instagram, any girl I know, if they're on a boat, I'm like, I know who owns this boat. Like some dude. So the guy sending that message is the guy who owns the boat. 100%.
Chances, yes, 100%.
Bro,
Overweight.
I've been in a band that's been popular 20 years. I'm only 37. I've never been on a boat that big.
You're just hanging with the wrong guys.
I've also never. I guess I sent nudes to the wrong dudes. So whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have another one? Is that the only one you got today?
No. I got another good one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one's so good. Would you open your oral orifices so that I may put my male sexual? I can't even.
Oh my God.
Put my male sexual reproductory organ, which is kind of huge in size, and push it deep down your throat till you choke on it.
He sounds
16 inches here is how he ends it.
He sounds like
What?
he sounds like a doctor. He's using a lot of big words.
Right.
He's probably really
It sounds
smart.
like maybe there's 3 other guys there too.
Let me tell you something. First off, if you have a 16-inch dick,
That's a shovel handle. You better be tilling in the woods in the garden all spring and summer
that's
with
a
a member that big.
shovel handle.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. First off, like 8 people probably have 16-inch dicks. And most women who are sane are afraid of that. For sure. Sure. There's no way. Like, listen, God treated me very nicely.
Congratulations, Zach.
Not all the way. I mean, like, listen, I'm not swinging for the fence, but I'm doing. I wouldn't trade.
Stopped halfway.
I wouldn't trade mine for somebody else's. Is what I'm saying.
Congratulations, Zach.
I don't want a 16-inch dick ever.
No,
dude,
that sounds uncomfortable.
Dude, there's no pants that are comfortable at that point. No pants.
How do you play guitar with that?
Like, what do you mean?
Like you're
with that, or
like use it
with
as a
that?
pick?
attitude?
Using it as a pick or like what?
Or you need like your own cock guard for it.
No, you do.
But like how would you even play with that stage?
You do some like
running around?
Steve Vai like tapping stuff with it. You just use it.
I guess.
Pick it up and just tap the. Use it as a capo. I don't know what you do with it.
You could throw some peanut butter and some raisins on that ant on a log.
Can we talk about that? Like, I've never gotten a DM like that. I mean, I get my share of weird DMs, but I've never gotten one where a guy's throwing out super big words, talking about where he wants to put his male reproductive organ
reproductory
in the oral orifice, which, by the way, say 5 times real fast. Oral orifice. It's not that bad. It's actually.
Yeah. All right.
But here's the thing though. Like I've never gotten it. Can we talk about how like, I think we should give women a stimulus check every year just because they have to deal with DMs.
Just for dealing with us dudes.
Easy on the stimulus here, guys. They don't want all that.
All right. Okay. My bad. They get enough stimulus from those weird DMs from creepy dudes that say they want to give them 16 inches of their male reproductive.
But hold on. Okay. So those two, hold on. Those two, obviously nobody replied, but this next one is great.
No one replied.
Because this one got a reply. Yeah. Weird, right? All right. Guy messages her like 4 fucking times. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hi, one hot mama that has extremely blessed husband. First of all, weird. You should know you're gorgeous. If you're not told every day, you should be, even if by a stranger. Oh my God. I have so many pet peeves with the way this guy's writing. I have a girlfriend, so I'm not creepy. No, you're creepy.
Right.
Just giving a compliment. Okay. So girl writes back, and this is fucking great. The only way I'll be hitting you up is with a fucking bus. My marriage is wonderful, and you just won the world record for biggest piece of shit. I hope your girlfriend bites your tiny wiener off.
I fucking love this person. Who is this?
I don't think the guy responded.
Oh my God,
after that.
I love her. I love whoever that is. The only way I'm going to be hitting you up is with a fucking bus.
bus.
Oh my God. John's looking up who it is right now.
No, I'm just seeing if I sent that. No.
I'm just saying, John was checking his outgoing messages. Here's the thing: the fact that John doesn't send those DMs on a Saturday night after he's just rip roaring drunk is actually kind of shocking.
I refuse to ever be that person.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, here's the thing.
Well, how could you even that guy thinks he's like just a badass dude saying those texts at night.
Here's all this
plenty of fish.
Here's all this plenty of fish. Here's all this creepy shit that I'm going to follow up with.
I have a girlfriend, so I'm not creepy.
I'm not a creep.
You're a creep.
No, you're a creep. 100% a creep.
Right.
And you're also like a really cheesy creep.
Like it's one thing. Okay. It's one thing having female friends that are attractive. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you look really great. That's one thing, Hey, you look really pretty. Okay, whatever. But you're not being creepy and being like, hey, if your husband doesn't tell you, you're like, dude.
Well, what's the etiquette there, though? Do you, if you have a girlfriend or wife, if you have a girlfriend or wife or a boyfriend or husband or sex robot, what's the etiquette where you can tell some of the opposite sex they look really good, or hey, you look really, hey, did you lose weight? Like, where do you draw the line?
When does it cross the line? Yes.
Where it becomes flirty meets like overstepping like your friendship.
You should be told you're beautiful every day, even if not by your husband, by a stranger. By the way, I'm not creepy. That's weird. Here's the thing. I don't know if necessarily.
Like, what would Bethany say?
I don't know if it started with I don't know if it really started with overstepping the line, because he really didn't overstep a line. He didn't like show his dick. He didn't like. But here's the thing. It was creepy.
Because he said he wasn't being creepy. Yeah. He's fucking creepy.
It's also unsolicited. Right. She didn't like a bunch of his pictures or hit him up first or like that. It was unsolicited.
It's a random fucking dude.
Yeah.
Like,
right. But if he's in an open relationship with his actual real girlfriend, if he actually has one, then maybe
they're out scouting for. Yeah, dude. There's a lot of that. Maybe they're out scouting for a third.
There is an app called Thrinder, which is proudly sponsoring episode 4 of the CBD podcast.
It's not called Thrinder anymore. Brad Williams told me it's called. Are
you serious?
It's called.
This is a thing.
It's called
Time Out.
It's called Field now. I don't know how it's spelled.
Oh, really? Either way,
it used to be called Thrinder, and it was basically Tinder for threesomes. That's how Brad Williams, our friend, the tallest comic in the world, met his wife.
Good for him.
Which, by the way,
his husband
and his husband, they're in a great relationship. Which, by the way, what else do you need to know? If they're on the app, they're down. They're down.
That's how I met Paul and Sparky.
That's true. It just happened. We were all on the same tour, and it was like, oh, hey, look.
That's weird. Like, my bus is right here too.
This person's
on the same bus.
This person's 8 feet away from me.
Oh, this is weird. You're at Carolina Rebellion too?
Oh, that's crazy. Dude.
Let's meet up.
Can we get a list? Can we get a list? I'm a person like the apps on my phone, like I haven't added an app to my phone. I don't know I don't have any games on my phone. The apps that are on my phone have been on my phone. Unless there's like a new, you know what? The last app I added to my phone, there's most of the parking garages now in Memphis are like an app thing where you just can pay. Your plate's already in there. It's super simple. I don't know what the last time I added an app on my phone. Can we look up?
Can
we make it next week?
I don't
make a list of super.
My phone.
My phone is used for my phone and social media. I guess my email.
I can text, phone call, and like Instagram. Other than that, I don't use my phone for full attention.
The Candy Crush and stuff. I never got into that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like other apps too, like ESPN or like obviously like Disney or HBO Max and stuff. But I have never downloaded any of these ridiculous search party type things for
word party
relationships.
Search party. Me and John were searching for someone the other night because someone hacked into one of my accounts, and like they tried to spend $4,000.
John, what'd you get with that 4,000?
16-inch penis.
What would that be called? That's called the Godzilla.
Yeah. Good God, man.
You know what? I would love to work for like a sex toy factory only naming products.
The marketing would be fun. The clever bios, like
it'd be great.
Yeah, it would be a blast. It'd be a blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul, read the news.
Paul reads the news. Paul reads the news.
Yeah.
Oh boy, are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
We are all big Nicolas Cage fans here, so let's all say congratulations to Nicolas Cage on his 5th marriage.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Filled out
Deep
that
still
hand,
in my
baby.
heart.
The first
Hell
4
yeah.
weren't good enough.
Filled out that hand, though.
I look at it like this. I just think they weren't good enough for him. It was God's way of saying, Nick, you deserve better.
By the way, John is the biggest Nicolas Cage fan.
Dude, I have Nick Cage pillowcases.
He does. He does. I've seen. He's actually on the bus one time.
Yeah, I actually
I used to have one. I don't know where it is though.
Dude, I just got a bunch of T-shirts with his Cage face on it from Fright Rags. Super stoked.
So here's my question. I feel like every time I'm hearing about a Nicolas Cage wedding, it's in Vegas.
Yes. 100%. There's no, I think they just got eloped. They just ran off, got eloped in Vegas.
She's young, right? Did I read she's young?
Yeah. Yep, that's
but
correct.
like of legal age, right?
God,
She's
I hope so.
something, I think.
She's young.
Yeah, I mean, he's 57.
I think
Is
she's a
he?
lawyer or something.
Yeah, he's
I
57.
don't know why I thought he was maybe a little younger. Like I was thinking like maybe like early 50s, 51 or something.
I can't find her age,
Hold
but
I love that video from 2 years ago where he helps her. He breaks up the fight between Neil Young and the security
It
guard.
was Neil,
it
wasn't Neil
the best.
Young. It was
Vince
Vince
Neil.
Neil.
Yes. Keep on rock. Shut up, Neil.
Can you imagine him breaking up a fight with Neil Young?
I could see that happening just as easy.
Hold on. I gotta find this. We gotta find out because I need to know.
What?
I need to know like how old is his wife when he got married? She's like of legal age, I'm sure.
Yeah,
She's 26. She's 26.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
She got married in Vegas. They got married in Vegas,
They probably have a lot in common.
I'm sure they do.
They love the
26,
Declaration of Independence.
57.
They're very, very passionate about the Declaration of Independence. They are for sure. They for sure love Las Vegas. That's a thing that they really
They despise Cyrus the Virus.
John's going too deep for me right now. Nicolas Cage trivia.
That was a Con Air joke.
Oh man. All right. Anyway, what else you got, Paul?
This one was good because we've all been to New York and we know how expensive New York is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear about the woman who felt a draft coming in her bathroom behind her mirror?
Yeah, and it wasn't John just breathing on her.
No, John had. Yeah, it was a 2-way mirror, and John was just
All right.
no. She takes the mirror off, and it's a whole other apartment right behind her bathroom.
What do you mean?
There was a massive hole behind the mirror, and she's like, "What the fuck?" She crawls into it and finds like a whole abandoned apartment.
It was sealed up, like no one inside it.
Nobody living in there.
creepy.
I
probably.
thought like people were living there.
I mean, people live on the goddamn sidewalk, every couple of inches in New York. So the fact that there's an abandoned apartment that's not being used blows my fucking mind.
So
Now I wonder why they sealed it up.
well, yeah. Why did they seal it up? Was it one like someone get murdered there?
Cecil Hotel or whatever. Maybe?
It doesn't
Cecil
say.
Hotel?
She was creeped out about it, and management doesn't know anything about.
That sounds
why
like you're
it's-
getting some rent taken care of for a little bit.
I would hope so.
For real.
Do you think it was the Rough Riders? Maybe.
the Rough Riders
The
live
New
there.
York chapter for sure.
ladies and gentlemen, the New York chapter of the Rough Riders. I wish the Rough Riders were like Sons of Anarchy, where they had like cuts and they were from like certain areas of the. Dude, that'd be great. Like Black Label Society, like they have like different chapters of the Black Label Society.
They're all on like brand new Polarises and shit.
Dude, that would be so sick. I would love that. I would.
right, so
I
what-
want a Rough Riders cut, bro. I want a Rough Riders.
How do we
vest.
get jumped in? Like
To the Rough Riders? I don't want to get
Yeah.
jumped by any Rough Riders. I would just ask politely. I'd be like, hey, Mr. Rough Riders.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
I know all the words to Stop, Drop, Open Up Shop, and I also know all the words to...
the Rough Riders anthem.
Also, Rough Riders Anthem. I also know all the words to It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Oh my
Just
god!
I got blood on my.
All right.
Yo, that's a dark lyric, bro.
Yes. Next subject. This one is, you guys will have no idea about this.
Great.
Rapper accused of cutting off roommate's penis on video for clout.
Was it 6?
No, you heard me.
Was it 6?
You heard me correct. A Spanish rapper is facing legal trouble after allegedly being offered money to chop off his roommate's penis on camera by the roommate himself.
So it was a Ponzi scheme for himself?
Stop.
According to prosecutors.
Yes. Hold on a damn second. The roommate who got his tree chopped off
was offered. Yeah.
How are the roots? Mm-hmm. The roots still there?
So offered to get it chopped off. And in return, the clout that he was going to get from the YouTube video, he was going to get paid for it.
That thing says, I'm a god sniffing my penis.
Where the fuck are we?
Where are we?
Jesus. I mean,
because here's the thing. That video is going to get, it already probably has 1 trillion views.
He actually cut his penis?
I don't know. In return, the artist would allegedly receive monetary compensation based on how many views the video received online, maxing out at around $3,000. That's
up.
it.
What
That's
the Hold on. There's like
at least 5K.
At least 5K.
Needless to say, this happened in Spain.
100%. Yeah, that's not how.
Oh, God.
You know what's funny about? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like
Madrid.
Okay, hold on. Hold damn on for a second. I love that there's like a statute of limitations for the money too. Yeah. Like what does that contract look like? I want to see the physical copy of that contract.
It's like a band door deal for a venue.
It's like you played Razzmatazz. You played Razzmatazz in Spain. You got is it Razzmatazz in Spain or Italy? One of those. You get a door deal, but it's like, it can only be up to this much. But if not, you lost your dick and you only got $1,800. Sorry, we didn't hit the 3K.
For every 1,000 views on this TikTok video, I'm going to cut 2 inches off his cock.
He was
cut off of 8 inches.
Cut off my dick for clout.
Here's the thing, though,
motherfucker.
What if you were the guy with the 16-inch dick, though?
Take off a little bit. You probably need some taking off,
bro. But here's the thing: what if this person's paying for the transition? In Spain, is cheaper to have like sex changes.
Oh my God, John!
$3,000-$4,000 would pay for a sex change there. Dude, I'm telling you, I bet that's what that guy was doing. Pay for my cock to be cut off.
If you put 10 subjects, if we had a ticker right now and you put 10 things and said, why did this guy do this? That's the last fucking one I'm picking, what you just said.
I don't think so. I think if we dig deeper, not too deep.
Dig deeper. We're going to dig deeper.
We're going to see this person is transitioning. Why else would you cut your cock off? Why else would you cut your cock off?
No,
for clout?
I love mine. I'm not doing anything with it. Anyway.
So in other news, I got a couple more topics for you guys.
Can we go back? Can we go back to that for at the end of this? Can I go back to weird things that happen only in other countries?
Yes. Okay. 100%. All
right. Keep going.
And a good segue here. The Kobe Bryant rookie card sold for $1.8 million at an auction.
It should be double that.
Yeah, that's how many of those? I feel like there's a lot of those though, right?
It's in like pristine condition, but still, I thought the card thing was out.
It's not. It's coming back.
So Gary V is a huge proponent behind this now, man. With the card flipping,
cards are coming back. And what's crazy is when I was a kid, my dad, we had a Beckett Sports book. Is where you could go and you could buy. They had a Beckett Sports cards book just for the cards, and you could go buy cards. So, I told somebody I wrote when Hank Aaron died, I wrote this thing on my Instagram about I used to work for this guy named Mr. Domino. My grandfather used to go to the flea market every 1 weekend a month, and I would work for this guy, Mr. Domino, who had the booth across from my grandfather's, and he was a card dealer way back in the day when that was like, you could have a whole office, a shop in a shopping mall that was just cards. So he got us the Beckett Sports Card book where we could order like we were a dealer. We ordered 5,000 Mark McGwire rookie cards for a penny a piece. They ran out at 4,000, so they gave us 1,000 Deion Sanders rookie cards. Right?
I have one of those, by the way.
Then I have 1,000. Then I either have 1,000 or 999. So one or the other. So we got those and. Eventually, you always wait, right? And you always wait. It's like selling a house. You wait, and then the bubble bursts, and then you waited too long, right? same with like my aunt worked at McDonald's for 45 years.
Oh my God.
I have every single California raisin in the packaging, all the dinosaur, all the big like toys I still have in the packages. But you get to a point where those still would sell probably.
Those will never go out. I don't think that's
but you end up like with the cards, you wait too long. I waited too long, and they end up being pretty much probably worth what I paid for them. But now they're coming back, so I'm wondering if I need to sell those things. That's the first thing I was going to mention. But the Kobe Bryant thing, like I wonder how many of those rookie cards, and also like whose baseball cards aren't in mint condition. You know?
Yeah.
All mine were.
I have all those years from like 84 to like 92, baseball and basketball. All the, remember when they came in like the rectangular box, unopened, untouched, still in shrink wrap. Haven't touched a single thing.
Damn.
You know what? You seem like the kind of guy that would have that. But anyway,
it's psychotic.
So like why, like to me, like I feel like, I mean, that's crazy that a card went for that much. I saw too that the guy Jack, whatever, was trying to sell the first tweet. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
How do you do that?
Hold on, I'll find it. We got to talk about it. Okay, it's right here. Trying to sell his first tweet as an NFT. What's an NFT? Am I dumb? What does that mean?
Oh, that's like Bitcoin. That's like what
okay.
Kings of Leon are doing. Yeah, for the new album.
Kings of Leon.
I can't keep up with this crap.
Okay. Kings of Leon is be the first band to sell something via Bitcoin digital currency.
Okay, so it's NFT. So Jack Dorsey is hawking the very first tweet ever, being his, of course, to anybody who wants exclusive digital rights, and people are already willing to pay millions for it. The Twitter CEO posted a link on Saturday on a site called Valuables by Cent, where folks can buy and sell authenticated tweets or autographs. Jack, too, was putting a tweet up for auction. His own tweet from 2016 when he wrote, "Just setting up my Twitter." It's the tweet that kicked off every other tweet thereafter. So it's historic, and the bids bear that out. Somebody offered $2 million to buy a tweet. How do you buy a tweet?
Why does he need that money? That's kind of weird.
I think he's just trying to do it. I think he's just trying to do it to show he can do it. But how do you buy it? I don't understand.
How do you buy a tweet, and what the fuck does that do? I don't even have Twitter.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't. I don't know. That's weird. I don't understand that. It's a weird.
Twitter is actually going to start allowing, if you you paid to Twitter like whatever $5 monthly fee, you could actually fix spelling errors and delete old tweets from the ever being tweeted out.
Of
They'll do a monthly payment. Yeah, no, of your own.
Oh, I can go back and do that now.
Yeah, but there's something where it gets stored.
Man,
here,
do you know how many
actually
celebrities wish they could go back and like?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right.
Redo their tweets. That's not what I said, actually.
Yeah.
That dude's doing this.
Kill everyone.
That guy's doing this to save people like Kevin Hart's lives is what he's doing when he goes back and talks about Twitter.
Jesus.
All right, what else you got, Paul?
Anyway, I think
last one. So speaking of spending a stupid amount of money, Zach, I wanted to bring this up because you are you're the shoe guy.
Okay.
The new Yeezys sell out in under a minute.
Of course they did.
Now, I don't give a fuck. Who cares what I say? They're the ugliest fucking shoe I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, were they the rubber runners? Like the
We'll have JR put a picture, and they look so stupid, man. Like, and they're the Yeezy 450s.
Oh, I think they're going for.
Yeah. They look so stupid.
I bet they're incredibly comfortable though, and I'm a Jordan guy forever. I've obviously been with Jordan since 2016, but I put a pair of Yeezys on once. I was like, wow, these are really comfortable. Here's the thing: anything he does right now is going to sell out, and the only reason it's because anything he does always
except the presidency.
Yeah, except the presidency. Anything he does always sells out just because people want it. It's a hype thing. It doesn't matter if it's ugly or not. At first I thought the Wave Runners, I didn't really like them. They've come to grow on me. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool shoe. I think it's kind of futuristic. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I think people probably thought the Reebok Pump was the worst thing ever when they saw it. And I still own 10 pairs of those, you know? I think the only reason the news is talking about it is because he's getting a divorce.
Correct.
They don't.
Good for him.
He sells out.
Congratulations.
He sells out every shoe he does anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what that's going to affect or do or whatever. So, yeah, I don't really think that. Whatever. That has no bearing on me. Everything he does, everything he does sells out. Anyway, I want to go back.
I don't care. But
before we end, I want to go back to talking about what we're talking about because we talked about the Dick story happened in Spain, right? So I remember watching you. on YouTube, you'll see like all the videos, like, or like on funny shows, they'll have like the videos, like they'll have like a poster for a scary movie at like a bus stop. And then the girl from the movie will like jump out and like scare the people, you know, and they film like 20 people or whatever and get all the reactions. I realized one time, this is probably like 5 years ago, I was watching this. There's one in the elevator where all the lights go out and then the girl's hiding behind the panel of the elevator and opens it up. And then when the lights come back on, there's a little girl standing in the elevator.
I hate those.
And I was watching them one time and I was looking at all the signs that were around or looking at little pieces of the video that weren't the main focus. And I was going, oh, this only happens in other countries. And do you know why?
Why?
Because they would get fucking shot.
I would hit somebody here. If somebody did that. If a little girl, I have a daughter. If a little girl pops out, creepy as shit. Okay, I'm punching him in the face. Say you're in literally any city: Memphis, Baltimore, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta. Doesn't matter. Jackson, Mississippi, and you're sitting at a bus stop, and there's a poster for a scary movie, and the lights start flickering, and the person from the scary movie comes out. They're shot. I'm shooting the first person. I'm also a scary because I'm obsessed with Halloween. Like I don't even like walking outside my own house at night. So it's dark, dude. It's dark out here. There's no lights. It freaks me out. So I was watching. I was like, oh, this can only happen in other countries. Like you're not doing those pranks here. You're not getting on an elevator with me, who, sorry to anyone who I offend, always has a gun on me. Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then pulling that. I don't care.
I love gun.
Yeah. So like, that's why it happens in like other countries. Like that's not going to happen here. That happens in countries where they don't have guns.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. Why go back and watch any of those prank videos? They never happen, dude. Never. I shaved my arm and now I'm like itchy. So I don't have like psoriasis for anyone asking.
It's better than your butthole.
It's better than my butthole.
John, what are you doing over there?
What's going on?
Just taking notes.
Taking notes on
well, some of the stuff you post, I like going like a deep research on. I really want to know more about this rapper. Anyway. Because penis off.
Oh, okay. He's looking that up as soon as we get off here. Anyway, anybody else have anything interesting to add today?
I got nothing.
John,
I want to see the Danny Trejo, Rick Astley, Jenna Jameson. Dude. It's like I'm picturing like a Sierra Red sunset
in the 90s, though.
Just Trejo's open chest with a tattoo when it first came out.
Dude,
Rick Astley over here, Jenna Jameson.
Dude,
I
just got heavy. Like I'm not hard.
Heat.
I'm not hard.
It just went from 6 to midnight.
I'm not hard, but it weighs more than it did a couple seconds ago. For sure.
Anyone else driving?
Is it 16 inches?
Yeah. No, it's not. Not anywhere close, actually. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 4, also known as the last episode of the Seemingly Unknown podcast, because of what we talked about on here. And guess what? We will be back next week. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like our YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on whatever you listen to podcasts on. This person is an insane person. Subscribe, like, share it with your friends. Also, send us DMs on Instagram about life advice. We know we've gotten a lot of those, but we haven't gotten to them yet. We'll make a segment for that, and we will see you next week.
Black hole sun. Ooh.